Enoch! What's up, buddy? Nick, hello. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Gentlemen, usually I'm saying good morning on the first show of the day. Today is different. We're starting in the afternoon, the Northern California noon time. Yes, here we are. Yeah, my life has changed drastically since I stopped doing these podcasts 3 times a day. They really were preventing me from doing other things that were pretty important. So, hey, Kid Blur's excited. What's up, Kid Blur? Hippie chick, I'm number one. I beat Debbie. I'm number one. I beat Debbie, says Enoch. Debbie's not even here, bro. I wouldn't be celebrating. She's not playing today. She's usually be here by now. I took a picture of myself and sent it off to my friends. You guys like that? Look at them guns. My sister says, you look so good. How am I today? I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Dave, smoke time. Smoke. Yeah, man, I got fucked up last night. Do you know what I did last night? What? I told you it was a cheat day for me. Dude, I drank a little alcohol last night. Just a little. I got a buzz. I did get a buzz. I drank a little alcohol last night. I do that like once every 2 years. You know, I think the last time I had alcohol was like a year ago. So that was cool, you know. I did that. And yeah, funny, huh? I realized how fucking high you get when you're drinking. Holy shit. You guys are fucking crazy, man. Oh, and by the way, I'm 168 pounds. Thank you. 168. I was really happy with that this morning. My friend was very happy with their vehicle when I cleaned it. They're very happy with it. And I got some room temperature cafefe here. It's not bad. We got fucked up last night, man. I'm telling you. I smoked a bowl with some oil on top of it. Fucking, after drinking a little wine. Holy shit. I didn't know who the fuck I was, man. I stumbled a little bit too. Walking around, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm fucking tipsy. 6-pack, need to pick up some herb now. I'm definitely not going to be making a habit out of that. But it was a nice change, you know, something different. I hadn't done in a long time. Had a really nice meal, you know, and a little bit of wine with it. And celebrating my trade win. Yeah, dude, you're doing good, huh? Still thinking it's going to go down to 28? You guys want to see it? I'm still laughing at Matic at $2.24. Motherfucker said it was going to go down to like 50 cents or something. I'm like, you're an idiot. How do you have 1 million followers on Twitter and I've got 7? You know? It's like, fuck you, you fucking bitch. Yeah, you know, I'm not really doing too much monitoring of the situation. Just waiting for my set, you know, which is going to be a while. You know, I'm at least a week out. What is today, the 6th? Yeah, January 6th, man. Wow, I wonder if anything's going to happen at the Capitol today. Wasn't Donald Trump planning some kind of a fucking inspirational fucking event? Wasn't he going to speak or something? Was he going to have like a fucking rally? A January 6th rally? That fucking losing piece of shit. You know, what I think is so funny is the fact that a lot of us forgot about what he did with the post office just a few years ago. You know, we forgot. It wasn't even a few years ago. Token Dave, hello. Right now is a good time to dollar cost average some positions. Kid Blur, you fucking idiot. You're not dollar cost averaging. All right? You're fucking buying the dip. There's a difference, man. Those are two different things. People say dollar cost average. I'm going to dollar cost average. I'm going to dollar cost average. No, you're not. You're buying the fucking dip. Dollar cost average means you're buying all the time, bro. And you're not fucking, you're willy-nilly in it, and you're not fucking worried about when it's low and when it's high. You're just being a fucking idiot. That's why it says averaging. All right? You're buying the fucking dip. Get it right. God, I hate when people think when they buy the dips and they call it dollar cost averaging. Oh, were you buying when it was fucking $65,000 Bitcoin? That would be dollar cost averaging, bro. Just so you know. And I hate the fact that they called goddamn Saitama or Shiba Inu the wolf pack. I'm like, you fucking copy cunt motherfuckers. I'm dollar cost positive. Some ADA, Solana, and Matic, maybe even Bitcoin. Yeah, buying the dip, not dollar cost averaging. Get your fucking terminology straight, people. Dollar cost averaging is the stupidest thing you could do. That's how I started in crypto, and I realized I was doing it wrong. You don't just buy crypto when you have money. That's dollar cost averaging. That's a dollar cost asshole. You take that money, you put it in a fucking USDC, USDT account, you lock it up, you wait for the dip, and then you buy. You don't average in. Only idiots fucking average in. You bought Cardano at $3? What? That's not good. That's dollar cost averaging. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Right? We're all dipping here. Hey, dippity-doo. You already made me lose my voice, bro. Pissing me off early. With your dollar cost average bullshit. Dollar cost average, dollar cost average. I hate all these podcasters that tell people to do that shit. And then you go and you research it to go see what it means, you know, and you realize what it really is. Oh, when you got some money, you put it in crypto, you get a little bit more money, you put in a little bit more crypto. Oh yeah, just keep doing it. Yeah, keep doing it. Don't pay attention to the market, just dollar cost average in. Don't pay attention to the market, just dollar cost average in. Fuck that shit. So yeah, that's the way they get you. That's the way that I got taken at first when I started in crypto. I started dollar cost averaging like a dumb cunt new bitch. And I realized I was a dumb cunt new bitch when it came to crypto. I had to change my fucking ways and start buying dips instead of dollar cost averaging. You guys see the difference? Buying the dips is not dollar cost averaging. And when you hear someone like Lark Davis say that, he's wrong too. It's such a stupid fucking... It's such a stupid concept when you think about it. When you know when you buy low and sell high, that's the way you should be doing it. Not dollar cost averaging. God, man, it's so fucking stupid. So we're getting spammed right now in the chat. And I guess none of you all want to talk at all. Besides the spammer. I'm getting more play from the spammer than from anybody else. Got my bong in hand. It's quarter of the hour. Are you guys still with me? Anybody here? At all? Hello? 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 Sean McGahee! Finally! Somebody with some fingers that work. Cheers to Sean. No law regarding fingers that work. Oh, Enoch's got some fingers too. Cheers. Eric Brian Westman, hello. I'm rolling up. Okay. Okay. Token did. Aaron Miller got here. Okay, good. Kid Blur says, hodl. I agree. Hodl. That's dollar cost averaging. Hodling is dollar cost averaging. Oh. You guys want to see it? Now that is a single bong rip. Right there. That's a single bong rip of plant number 1. Girl Scout cookie. Fresh packed bowl. No oil. How do you like my my potency there? We're here to support you. Why are you not on in the morning? I stopped, Gussie. We're doing things differently now. We're gonna be doing less shows every day, and I'm gonna like it because I'm gonna have bigger numbers on my shows. I can't expect people to show up to 3 shows a day, and my audience isn't big enough to do it anymore. Yeah, I used to have a bigger audience. I would do a show and I'd have 50 viewers. That was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'd do a show sitting right here. I'd have 50 fucking viewers. And that shit dried up. You know what? I was like, okay, I get it. Less shows. If it don't make you sweat, it ain't ready yet, Sean. If it doesn't make you sweat, you're not holding your fucking hits in like a goddamn smoker should. Hey, Karen. Do for most part. So, Prophet, is good news that Orlando's running for president of the United States in 2024. He'll have my full support. So, when are your educational shows so I can put on calendar? You got Gussie. You sign up for notifications. All right, I've told you a million times. Like, you got to sign up for notifications, Gussie, and your phone will ding and let you know when I'm live. You know, I'm not going to be doing a schedule yet. For now, I'm just going to play it by ear. This live used to be popping. Yeah, man, it did. Back in the day, bro. Back before I was getting shut down all the time. Yeah, it dings 15 minutes after I'm on. Well, follow me on more channels, Gussie. Come on. You know, I'm broadcasting to 15 channels. Follow me on all 6 of the YouTubes. Follow me on all 6 of the Facebooks. Follow me on Twitch and on Twitter. You know, follow the Ben Shader Twitter account because I believe that's the one that puts up a tweet. You know, you guys don't know how to turn notifications on your phone. I don't know how to get you all to do it. Those of you that don't know, you know, I mean, of course some of you know. Like, the only one I know that really has the notifications down good is Nick Brown. He seems to be the only person who's ever figured that shit out. Nick Brown. You know, Debbie, not really, because she just shows up for the fucking show to be first, you know, and she's not on Twitter fucking retweeting me. She's not, sharing me out or doing. You figured it out? You know, Nick is, and when I tweet, Nick is boom, retweets me, boom, likes the tweet instantly. While he's driving a fucking truck down the road, guys. Nick does that shit within 1 second. You know, I don't ask too much of y'all. If Nick can do that while he's working and driving a vehicle. Sound Man, we're making videos. Sound Drone? Yeah, man, I haven't talked to him in a long time. I wonder when his last upload was. God, did you guys hear about H3H3? Or should I say, heh? Did you guys hear what happened to heh? You know, while he's podcasting and allowing himself to become morbidly obese, at the same time I'm podcasting and getting physically fit and healthy. Isn't that funny how podcasting affects people differently? Look at Heh Heh and look at me. You guys know Heh Heh, right? Give me a 1 in the audience if you know who Heh Heh is. H3H3. Give me a 1 in the chat if you know who H3H3 is. Really? I'm fucking flattered. Really? Not a single... I'm so honored right now. There's fucking 15 people in the world who know me and don't know H3H3. What? Not a single one. Well, now 2 people left. There's 13 people here. None of you know H3H3 and you all know me. That just made my fucking day. Think about that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many subscribers that motherfucker's got. That motherfucker's got a Wikipedia and shit, dude. I guarantee you. Okay, now we got 12 viewers. We're losing people. People are dropping off. You're all going to look up who H3H3 is? I am so flattered. I am fucking flattered right now. He's one of the biggest podcasters on YouTube, guys. I can't even believe Token Dave didn't know who he was, and he's a podcaster too. Bro. I'm just going to Google H3H3. Ethan Klein at H3H3 Productions. Twitter comes right up. 3,290,000. H3H3 Productions is a YouTube channel hosted by Ethan Klein and Hyla Klein, an Israeli-American husband and wife duo. The majority of their content consists of reaction videos and sketch comedy in which they sanitize internet culture. The H3 podcast is their related channel that has been running since 2017. Wow. So I've been podcasting way longer than they have. Oh, dude, is Indy live right now? That's why my number's down by 1 person. He's fucking broadcasting. He's got 3 million subscribers. And I'm not one of them, and neither are y'all. And all of you guys are subscribed to me. That's fucking amazing. Dude, you know, some of the biggest podcasters on YouTube only have like 1 million subscribers. This guy's got fucking, what did I say, 3? Lee Camp is live right now too.
Discord is independentleft.gg. Just go to that URL. It's an automatic redirect. There's the Twitch notification, which everybody probably got.
Hey, Lee, what's up, buddy? When I did my lives, I had no idea what I was doing. No, you did, bro. Remember?
Trump supporters position guillotine in front of...
You remember, bro? You figured that shit out.
That's, who posted that? Red Sea Socialist posted that on Frank Analysis Discord.
Bro, you figured that shit out.
Watching here?
You would delete them, or you put them to private.
Welcome. Everybody welcome. I just figured we could watch all this together. 18 people watching live now. This is fun. This is crazy. This is not really fun. again, we keep asking what these people's end game is. What is their goal? What do they think they're going to get?
So he's replaying the Capitol riots from last year.
But for people that are all for the rule of law, they...
So unfortunately, I can't play this on my channel because I got a strike for that very footage. And he's got all the fucking footage up. I got a strike, and they took the goddamn channel down. And they took the video down. They deleted the video. And then I appealed it, and they gave me the fucking video back. And they put my channel back up, and they took away the strike. But still, man, it already hurt big time because, you know, they had done that right after it happened. So it really hurt the chances of anybody seeing it. No, you knew what you were doing, bro. You used to fucking delete your videos when you were done, man. So you could play music on them, remember? You figured that shit out. Oh, he's not live. He's playing a fucking video from last year. The new hit movie that destroys the establishment narrative. Lee Camp. Let's go to that.
Hey everybody, welcome to Moment of Clarity. I missed you.
It's
guys
not live.
So much. It's good to be back. Took a bit of a break there in.
I wonder if he's talking about Don't Look Up. The movie Don't Look Up.
You haven't yet seen it. I think you will only get an added experience. The film, for those who are asking, is Don't Look
You're welcome.
Up. And yes, someone else mentioned David Sirota. At the end, it says story by David Sirota. So I think, you know, although I have some, you know, I've had some meetings and Hollywood. I've met some bigwigs in Hollywood. You know, I have a bit of a connection there. Me and Hollywood. I don't work on films, so I don't know exactly how much detail.
You definitely made money on the uploads. I had almost 10,000 subs and tons of views before YouTube took down the channel. That was back when anyone could monetize with Google AdSense. Yeah, AdSense could still get you that channel back if you wanted it back. AdSense got me Trendy As Dabber's channel back, bro.
Still, you have to.
They don't really delete the channel.
Give to be the story by credit, but David Sirota obviously came down with the bullet points, came to Adam McKay with the bullet points of this story, and then was written by Adam McKay, and maybe David Sirota threw in some extra there as well. But Adam McKay was also the director, so I think this is largely
top of the hour, guys.
Done by Adam McKay. Fan of Redacted Tonight. Did I mention that? Been on Redacted Tonight. Did I mention that? And yeah. He just loves Redacted. I'd like to talk about this for a while longer. How Adam McKay loves Redacted Tonight. But anyway, I want to get to far more important the plot points of this, and I have heard a little criticism, which I'll get to that as well. But Don't Look Up. The premise is that it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, all those other people, Meryl Streep. It's got them all in there. All those people you know, Jonah Hill, and the premise is that an asteroid, a comet, technically, is coming at the Earth, and they spot it about 6 months before it's going to hit. And Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio are the scientists.
No law regarding Lee Camp comedy. Cheers.
And they meet with Meryl Streep as president, and she plays a bit of a Trump-type president. However, obviously, she looks more like Hillary Clinton. And while I think some people will do the Rorschach thing, and they'll go, well, obviously she's meant to be like Trump and she's an idiot because she's Trump. No, I think she's both political parties. Because like I said, Adam McKay, pretty savvy on politics.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I think he gets that our system is fucked on both sides. And so I think he intended for that President Orlean in the movie, to represent both the Democrats and the Republicans. Really, it's both parties. And I'm sure there are some liberals out there who clearly it shows how Trump is anti-science. But no, I think his point was our society is anti-science and is not doing the things that need to be done to save us. The comment
the level of narcissism portrayed by Meryl Streep was Trump level narcissism, and Lee Camp is glazing over that part. No president has had that level of narcissism. Meryl Streep played a narcissistic, embroiled in scandals president. No other president has been like that except for Donald Trump. So Lee, agree to disagree here, bro. I mean, it was a female version of Donald Trump. The only thing that it lacked was her affiliation to some kind of a media outlet such as a Fox News thing. That's one thing that they didn't portray,
Usually represents climate change, I'd say. Some may say it just represents anything that's threatening our society, but I'd say it just takes climate change, which is killing our planet.
No, it takes every issue, and this is where Lee is wrong again. He's just grabbing one. No, it's climate change. It's fucking COVID. It's whether or not our political structure is going to stand up or not. Are we going to collapse? Is the economy going to collapse? Bro, there's all kinds of things that this is based off of. And Lee is, once again, he's kind of narrow-minding this thing, bro. It's a much wider scope than you're giving it credit, bro. I disagree again.
Or killing the ability of humans to live on the planet. The planet's going to be fine. The humans will be fucked. It's taking that and it's shrinking the time scale down from, let's say 20 years.
Hey, good.
Shrinking it down to 6 months.
Jesus.
That's basically why they made it an asteroid comet.
Jesus
comet.
fucking Christ, Lee Camp. Dude, we got to show this to Guy McPherson, Dr. Guy McPherson, right now. So this is what I want you guys to do. The first person that I see make a clip of this on your cell phone and then tweet just this clip. You know what? You can't do it. Dr. Guy McPherson isn't on Twitter. So never mind. You could email it to him, though. But yeah, forget it. It's not easy. Dr. Guy McPherson felt that Lee Camp shunned him. But this proves that he really didn't. This proves that he took him seriously. He says 20 years, man. End of fucking the extinction of mankind. That's what Lee Camp just said. 20 years. Did you hear that shit? He's all over this shit, man. So for those of you who missed Lee say that, I want you to hear him say it again.
Society is anti-science and is not doing the things that need to be done to save us.
Hi, Noli D.
The comment largely represents climate change, I'd say. Some may say it just represents anything that's threatening our society, but I'd say it just takes climate change, which is killing our planet.
No, it's any issue that people are separated on. And where one group of people knows the facts and the other group of people just doesn't want to look at the facts at all and disagrees. For instance, here's a good one. Hillary Clinton said she wanted to drone strike and assassinate Julian Assange. That is a fact. And yet, how many Democrats will not admit that? Your girl, she's a fucking murderer. She's a war criminal. Oh no. La 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 glass ceiling. La 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 la. You know? You get it? Here we go. Here it is, guys.
Planet or killing the ability of humans to live on the planet. The planet's gonna be fine. The humans will be fucked.
Here goes.
It's taking that and it's shrinking the time scale down from, let's say 20 years. They're shrinking it down to 6 months. Is basically why they made it an asteroid comet that's going to hit the planet. I think that's the main reason he did it. And
20 years.
These scientists are running around trying to tell people. Meryl Streep, who has her son as her chief of staff, which I think is a hint at, the Trumps. But then again, Hillary Clinton herself is Bill Clinton's wife, right? So the nepotism is not just the Trumps, right? But the Meryl Streep, at first she puts it off and she says, midterms are coming up. We can't do anything about this now. And Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio are like, we're all going to die. It doesn't really matter if the fucking midterms are coming up. But there's so many other things, and I'm not going to give every plot point because that'd be fucking boring. Go watch the movie. But there's a lot of things in the movie that are kind of just little moments that are brilliant critiques.
Thank you, Noli D. Cheers.
The idiocy in our society.
Happy 7/10, Noli D.
The society of
no law
spectacle
regarding
that
Noli
we
D.
and capitalism have created that forces consumerism and just this garbage to take up all of the bandwidth, all of our brain waves, all of the fucking media. There's critiques of how our media has become just celebrity bullshit. There's critiques of how a lot of our media, some of it is just an outrage machine, but considering I peddle in outrage, I think there's some things we should fucking be outraged about. Like in the movie, outraged about the fact that a comet is going to hit Earth and they're doing nothing about it. But it also mocks and does a great job of satirizing the media that is not the outrage machine, that is more of the we're fun-loving morning show kind of guys. Like, recently I was listening to, local, it was like local NPR type shit here in Washington, D.C. And the guy goes, weather for this week is going to be in the 60s. This was in December. He goes, they should start calling December October. And it's like, this isn't funny. This is fucking scary.
Right.
Like, it's going to be in the 70s in October, and then a week later you're going to have a foot of snow, and it's going to be in the 30s. A pivot of 40 degrees in a couple of days.
Somebody just ordered 8 ounces of
this
triage
isn't fun
oil.
Loving, hey, good times.
Thank you.
But that's what they.
Thank you for
that's
the
what
order.
A lot of our media, not all of it, a lot of our media is doing is just like, listen, we want to keep things upbeat here. People tune into the morning shows to hear things good. They want to have a chuckle. They want to have a good time. They don't want to hear about how stuff sucks and how our air is getting filled with pollution and our water is fucking lead-based now and all their kids are dumb. They want to hear good time stuff. So they do a great job of mocking that as well. They also do a brilliant job of mocking, satirizing the takeover of our country and our government by tech companies. They, like, the big tech that we worship are these fucking sociopathic, and by the way, they actually use that word at one point. Leonardo DiCaprio screams into the camera, these are fucking sociopaths. Big tech, these billionaires, and Bezos, Elon Musk, etc., Zuckerberg, they're all sociopaths, billionaire sociopaths,
right?
Who think that they control all of society.
Who think that
whatever's best for them is best for everyone.
Right, who think that they're smart
and
enough
that they are just going to run things, and largely
to figure
they
it
do.
all out. People like Elon
now,
Musk.
It's not just big tech.
Who'll dig
They're
tunnels.
the richest ones, maybe. Bill Gates as well. They're the richest ones, maybe. But it's big corporations writ large, right? They all own things and run things and tell the president what to do. And so what you end up seeing in the movie is that Meryl Streep, the fucking idiot president, they're about to send rockets up to try and deflect the comet with nuclear warheads, and then Bash Cellular, or Bash whatever the fuck it's called, is the company, the pretend company that's kind of like the Tesla, the Amazon, the Facebook that runs the government.
The Google.
That billionaire pulls her aside and tells her not to do it because they want to mine the comet for minerals, for the shit they can profit from on the comet. And this is very similar, right? The analogy to climate change. Climate change is killing us. Fossil fuels.
The Green New Deal.
Killing our environment.
The Green New Deal is the money-making side of it.
That is all happening in real time.
But this could be related to other shit too.
Because too much profit in it, right? And this doesn't just go for fossil fuels, it goes for so many things. We're not going to stop doing it because there's too much profit in it. We're not going to stop mountaintop removal, despite the fact that it takes a mountain and just fucking wipes it off the face of the earth. All of the environment, all of the wildlife just destroyed, water polluted. We're not going to stop it because there's gold in them there mountains. the gold being coal. We're not going to stop fracking despite the fact that it's contaminating all of our water and the fact that it leaks methane, which is a far more potent greenhouse gas. We're not going to stop these things because there's money in it. So that is the analogy with, it up in the air. And by the way, sometimes I call it up in the air. That's not what it's called. It's called Don't Look Up. I don't know why I can't get that straight. But Don't Look Up, for those, because I haven't mentioned this, and for those who don't know Adam McKay, this is a comedy. And this is another great point, and maybe why.
It's a hilarious fucking comedy. I've already watched this movie 3 times. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, Adam McKay is a fan of Redacted Tonight.
They call it dark comedy.
Because
or black comedy.
Comedy is one of the few ways that we're able to get these messages out there these days. You could not make
Happy 710.
A movie like
No
Don't Look Up.
law.
I mean, you could make it, but it wouldn't be popular. A movie like Don't Look Up, if it wasn't
No law
funny.
regarding Julian Assange.
Now, you
Cheers.
can argue about whether it's the funniest movie ever made or it's only an average comedy or whatever the fuck. It doesn't really matter. You could say, it was okay. It was okay funny, and it's still the comedy is used to allow people to digest these fucking scary messages that need to be digested. People need to understand this shit, and I hope they are able to. I hope that people who watch Redacted Tonight may find it funny, but also realize that the points that are being made are fucking important. And if you made Don't Look Up and just a serious, straight-up movie of a comet coming at Earth and people being scared to fucking death, it would be an indie movie that would get a couple of clicks, but would not do very well because people are like, it's just kind of depressing, a lot of people dying. But you make it a comedy. I would argue that Don't Look Up is probably the best satirical look at our society since Idiocracy. And Idiocracy had some problems maybe visually because they didn't give them the budget to make it look good. But Idiocracy, if you rewatch
There we go.
it now, it predict.
Hold on. It should fix itself here in a second.
Did everything, although it acted like it was going to happen 100 years in the future or whatever, when in fact it happened like 5 years in the future. So I feel like Mike Judge shit the bed on the time scale there. But so another aspect that is brilliantly satirized, I mean, the inaction of our government, the fucking failure to anti-science shit. For those who haven't seen the movie, where the title comes from, Don't Look Up, is the Meryl Streep character, the Trump/Hillary Clinton/Democrats, Republicans, decide that they're better off if their voters don't look up in the sky and see that there's a comet coming at Earth. So they start a campaign of Don't Look Up. And so there's just this mass inaction on this thing as it's coming towards everybody, as it's coming towards the planet. And people start arguing. They say, the science is still out. We don't really know. And meanwhile, the actual scientists are like, no, we fucking know. The science is not out. By the way, oil companies, speaking of the science not being debatable, oil companies knew about climate change starting in the 1950s. They knew it was happening. I covered 1959, I believe.
Wrongly. In the 1800s, a paper was written documenting the industrialization of mankind and its effects on our atmosphere. He doesn't even know. He needs to do more research. Lee, you should hire me, bro. I got your fucking back.
It was the first American Petroleum Institute
I'll
speech
fucking produce for you.
in which one of their scientists said, this is going to cause a heating up of the Earth. And then, of course, that science got more and more specific as the 60s and 70s went on. And again, they covered all this up. But we now have the papers. We have the documents, as fucking Alex Jones would say, except he'd be lying. We literally have the documents showing that internally, the American Petroleum Institute, ExxonMobil, etc. Internally, their scientists were going, oh yeah, the Earth's heating up. Yeah, we can see it. We can see it in ice cores. We can see it in the air. We can see it. It's predictable.
Dr.
They
Guy
fucking knew.
McPherson.
And we have the documents now. And I did a whole episode of Redacted, or a whole
Dr.
10
Guy
minutes, 20 minutes on
McPherson.
Redacted on this. And it's very similar. What they did with climate change is they just sowed that doubt, right? They just fed it out into the public.
Freaking
and they're like,
America!
Who really knows what's going on with the environment? Oh, maybe it's heating up, maybe it's not. They just plant those seeds of doubt, and they get it on plenty of media, our mainstream. By the way, you had Fox News planning the climate change as a hoax, ha ha ha, all through the '90s, all through the early 2000s. I don't know, maybe they still do it now. I don't know.
Right.
But so you have them doing that. The #1 watched news channel is
Right.
doing that, saying climate change, ha ha ha, ridiculous.
Right.
But then you equally indictable, equally fucking pathetic, equally fucking corrupt is CNN, NPR, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, BBC, CBC,
For not
all
covering
the
it?
initials,
For not covering it.
all of them not talking about climate change almost fucking at all.
Thank you.
And we're talking like 2 years ago, Meet the Press, the prime show for NBC for 30 or 40 fucking years, had like 2 mentions of climate change the entire year. MSNBC recently covered Jeff Bezos going into space for 1 minute. They covered that more in a day than their climate change coverage grand total for the year. So I know some of you may go, oh, they talk about climate change a lot. No, those are little mentions here or there. Those are not real, full-on, hey everyone, we're fucked coverage. And if they wanted to, just like they manufacture consent for war constantly, manufacture consent for exploitation, for wage slavery, for all of those things, just like they manufacture consent for all that, they could manufacture consent for doing something about climate change, for dealing with, for creating a sustainable system, creating an environmental, a system that environmentally is something that our grandkids could grow up in and not be fucking breathing goddamn mercury, like eating acid rain. They can do that, but they don't. So don't let them off the hook. Don't go, oh, Fox News lied to us. No, they all, by not mentioning climate change, they've all fucking lied to us for years and years and years and years. So anyway, they in Don't Look Up, they brilliantly satirize inaction, anti-science belief. They, like I already said, they satirize the profit motive, the idea of allowing people to die in order to exploit, rare minerals, shit like that. They also have these brief moments where, like, they satirize our cell phones that are watching us at all times. So he's kind of a Steve Jobs type character because he goes out in one of those presentations to show the new phone off. And he goes out on the stage and he says, these phones now they can read my pulse and my biometrics, and they know exactly how I feel at all times based on my heart rate and everything else, all the other biometrics. And so they can know, and then it shows up on the screen, it shows his biometrics, and it goes, you are feeling sad. And then, to adjust for the fact that he feels sad, it shows him a video of a puppy riding on the back of a rooster. And, of course, the idea is that your phone knows all that shit about you, A, and is like, oh, you're feeling a little depressed, and then thinks the solution is to just show you some fucking stupid kitten video. It's like, here, look at this kitten video, and you'll forget the reality in which you live that has made you sad. So it's satirizing both things. The idea that, look, we don't have to actually change our environment, change the way we live, change the way we exist. Instead, just watch a fucking kitten video and everything's fine. That's all it'll take. It doesn't matter if you go and work at a wage slave job that you fucking hate for your entire life, 8 hours a day. When you come home, you watch 3 kitten videos, all is well, right? That's all it takes.
Kitten videos.
I mean, how is that any different than living in the goddamn Matrix where you're being juiced? Where they got you in the pink pods and you're being juiced. What's the difference? You're juiced for 8 hours a day, and then you come home and you watch a kitten video in order to make you think everything's cool. But also the fact that this phone is monitoring your biometrics at all times, which, by the way, we're basically there, right? I mean, that's what Fitbits and Apple Watches can monitor your heartbeat and all this shit. And they're sharing all this information with these corporations. It's fucking horrifying on so many levels. Now, that doesn't mean that biometrics couldn't be used for good. They could be used to help people not get sick and things like that. But it shouldn't be done through some kind of fucking awful, corrupt, profit over all else corporation. But of course, that is how capitalism is set up. The corporations will own all. If they don't initially, they will eventually. That's how it works.
You know, they should have a new position. They should create a new position for all corporations. Corporations. It should be a person whose job it is to make sure that that company is doing no evil. And every company should have one, especially large corporations. You know, even if that person just sits there all day and has nothing to do because the company isn't doing it, they should still be there monitoring it and making sure that this person should have access to the entire company, the entire internal operations, everything. They can inspect and go with any other inspectors, and should accompany inspectors on inspections and learn all aspects of all businesses. And that's their job. You know, we need like a hall monitor for corporations like that.
So, again, brilliant satirization of what's going on with our phones. There's also a moment that I love where I'm not going to give all the details, but they're watching TV and the Ariana Grande character. Wait a second. Let's see if we can get this going again. Looked like it cut off for a second. All right. Well, let me know in the comments if you can't hear me or anything. Don't know why that cut off. But the celebrity character is on TV and says she broke up with her boyfriend, and then they show the people watching the TV, and they go, "Oh my God, she broke up with her boyfriend," and then they all get alerts on their phone, and then one of them goes, "Hey, my phone just bought her new single. Why did it do that? I didn't tell it."
Automatically.
And I love that part because
it was pretty funny.
that is we're nearly getting to that point where the phone just decides that you should buy some new music that you know nothing about. It's just like, nah, you want this? You know what? I'll buy it for you. I got this. You take a break. I'll fucking order you this song and you'll pay for it. I mean, that's what the point we're getting to.
Right.
Let's see. I'm gonna get to one of the criticisms here in a second. I'm trying to think what else. It satirizes the military-industrial complex that is made to look like a fucking, idiot goon. Someone again is asking the name of the movie. Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up is the name of the movie. It's on Netflix. It's by Adam McKay, who's a fan of Redacted Tonight and has been on Redacted Tonight. Did I mention that already? I think I mentioned that. So.
I bet he mentions it again.
Another moment that I just think I should point out is when Leonardo DiCaprio, as this comet is bearing down on Earth, he says something like, paraphrase, says something like, "We really had it all, didn't we?"
Oh, God.
And that moment is it's a gripping moment, because he's reminding us that in the scope of things, we're this pale blue dot, right? Carl Sagan said, pale blue dot, tiny grain of dust in a fucking massive, endless nothingness. And we are that pale blue dot of life in a livable, beautiful planet with all of the food, like everyone could be fed, clothed, housed. It's all here. The raw resources are all here. We've decided to create an economic system that puts 90% of the resources in the hands of a tiny number of individuals and fucks everyone else.
That's one of the best goddamn pieces of audio I've ever heard in my entire life from anyone. Ever. Wow, Lee. Did you guys catch that? Let's see. This is he finished at 2404. So let's go back to 2330 and see if we can catch where he starts this statement. It's one of the most powerful statements I've ever heard in my entire life.
Grain of dust in a fucking massive, endless nothingness. And we are that pale blue dot of life in a livable, beautiful planet with all of the food, like everyone could be fed, clothed, housed. It's all here. The raw resources are all here. We've decided to create an economic system that puts 90% of those resources in the hands of a tiny number of individuals and fucks everyone else. Pale
23
blue dot of life
2340.
in a livable, beautiful
Billy!
planet with all of the food, like everyone could be fed, clothed, housed. It's all here. The raw resources are all here. We've decided to create an economic system that puts 90% of those resources in the hands of a tiny number of individuals and fucks everyone else.
2340. Exactly at 2340. Hey, Billy. Hey, this is the link. It starts. It says 1420, guys. 420. The last three numbers on the link. Check that shit out. 1420. That's the time. That's right when that starts, man. Everyone, listen one more time to Lee Camp say this, okay?
Pale blue dot of life in a livable, beautiful planet with all of the food, like everyone could be fed, clothed, housed. It's all here. The raw resources are all here. We've decided to create an economic system that puts 90% of those resources in the hands of a tiny number of individuals and fucks everyone else. And that is the system we've decided to create, and it's destroying this planet. And so, we had it all, is what DiCaprio says, and it's true for right now. Now, luckily, it's not a comet bearing down on us, it is climate change and other environmental destruction, such as deforestation, etc., bearing down on us. So it's a slightly slower death, but right now, for a little while longer, we have it all. We have a system that supports us. We have a fucking beautiful environment and people and everything. And if we just change our system to create a sustainable one where everybody is allowed to live their lives and be happy, in pursuit of happiness, right? That's the famous expression that our forefathers came up with when, at the time, they meant 6% of the population, white landowning males,
Right.
had right to pursuit of happiness. All men, in their estimation, was white landowning males, so that was 6%. The all men they reference is 6% of the population at the time. But that is bearing down on us in a slightly slower time scale than a comet. And right now, we still kind of have it all. But we got to change. And are we going to make those changes, or are we going to keep doing anti-science bullshit? Are we going to keep up with this capitalist garbage where everybody just has to fucking fight tooth and nail, destroy each other, destroy our environment in order to live our best lives? Is that what we're going to do? Because that seems to be the way we're heading, which I think is the point of the movie. So here's one, I'm going to wrap up in not long, but here's one criticism I heard of the movie.
Really?
They said that most of the movie is devoted to these people trying to lobby government to do what they...
Until you need your fucking appendix removed, bro. You know, or your gallbladder, or a fucking molar cut out, or any surgery ever. Yeah. Then I think you'd love it so much, freaking Harkle.
they want. And it didn't include direct action. Instead, it included meeting with the president, going on TV shows and yelling about things. But it didn't include direct action. Well, I'd like to address that in a couple of ways. One is, it actually does include direct action. It's just a tiny little few clips, so I wouldn't say it's a lot. But the head of the NASA planetary research or defense, he ends up being brought over to the our government's not doing shit side, so the side that are kind of the dissidents in the movie, and it shows him getting arrested by fucking riotous cops. It shows him getting arrested as he's protesting, as he's part of the protesters demanding that we stop the comment and that Bash, the name of the company is Bash Cellular or whatever. Bash is trying to kill us all in order to profit. So you see him actually getting led away by police for speaking out against this. You also see whistleblowers. You see Jennifer Lawrence and DiCaprio become whistleblowers and end up with bags over their heads for speaking out. They're kidnapped by the FBI, which is a reference to what our CIA did many times, extraordinary rendition. So those who say there's no reference to direct action, there is. But I also would like to point out that part of the other reason that a lot of this has to do with lobbying government is because if you were talking about a comet, which is the story of the movie, unfortunately an activist can't, at this time, very easily build our own nuclear bombs and launch a rocket to a comet and try and change the trajectory using nukes. Like, currently, in our current world, you would need a government to kind of do that. So, unfortunately, you have to lobby the government in that cause. Now, the lobbying can be done via direct action, via interrupting business as usual, which is what you see in that montage that I just referenced, where people are getting arrested. So, I get that people might want, 20 minutes devoted to direct action or something out of this 2-hour movie, but I'd say that it was satirizing a lot of our society all within a tiny amount of time, and I don't think it could really spend 20 minutes on covering direct action. Anyway, yeah, so that being said, I highly recommend the movie. Like I'm pointing out, which I'm not sure that sure some are, but a lot of people who are also telling people to watch it might not be pointing out that there's a lot of tiny satirical points about our society throughout it. It's not just the larger picture of comet coming at Earth, no one does anything, which is kind of the largest satirical point. But there's a lot of little other things which, if you pay attention to, are saying something about the way we live now, our society now, and what garbage it's become, how we've lost the ability to interact and be community with each other. They even satirize how love and even sex, but I guess sex connected to some sort of love, it has just been destroyed. At one point the woman that Leonardo DiCaprio's in bed with, played by Cate Blanchett, she goes, oh, they've had sex like many times, and she goes, oh, I hate this getting to know you garbage part of a relationship. All right, let's do it. 30 seconds, I'll tell you about my life.
Right.
And that's kind of a reference to, like, our lives, we've decided they're kind of meaningless things in the past, and we're all just living for 30-second bursts of Dramamine, usually from a screen. And we're losing our ability to have community and real love and real connection. And so, while I realize screens are useful, I'm glad you and I have this screen to share interaction with each other, but I also try and create a community a bit, which is why we have the donation thing that I mentioned, the kind of solidarity fund. We've given out thousands and thousands of dollars to people who are...
This is one thing I was thinking about tonight. I don't know how he makes most of his money, but I'm sure, through Redacted Tonight and doing whatever production-wise, he's doing fairly well. Because, man, all of his stuff is for charity. Every time he takes money on his podcast, he always says it's going to another cause, man, never himself. I want you guys to know that about Lee Camp. If you don't follow him, he's one of the most philanthropic podcasters I've ever seen out there. He's always giving out the money he makes.
Struggling out there. If you are struggling, you can email commoncensored@protonmail.com. It's not we parse the amount of money off out to the number of people that contact us. So it's not loads of money. It's not you're not going to get thousands of dollars, but it's some people have said that the $50 or $80 that we were able to send to them, thanks to your donations, enable them to get their dog the medicine that it needed, or sometimes get health care for a kid or a loved one, get them to the hospital, or get one person fix their car, which is how they were making their living. So if they hadn't been able to fix their car, they wouldn't be able to keep their job. And, it's these chain reaction things, which is why I love doing that. So thank you all for those of you who have donated. You can also, if you're not watching this live, you can donate on Venmo at Lee Camp. None of it goes to me. It all goes to people who are struggling out there. So yeah, that's this episode of Moment of Clarity. There'll be a new Redacted tonight coming up tomorrow. Yeah, what's today? Thursday? Friday. Friday night, new Redacted tonight. You can find it on my website. You can find it on portable.tv. You can find it on radindiemedia.com. If you haven't signed up for the Rad Indie Media email, please do that. radindiemedia.com. All right. Thank you guys for all the kind comments. Oh, here's one from someone who received one of the Solidarity Fund payments. I'm
Wow.
not going to try and pronounce that name.
I'm not
going to
going
get it terribly wrong. But
That's
they
funny.
said, thank you for the donation, Lee. I was able to pay a utility bill. Bless you and Eleanor. Very kind of you to say. But
Aw.
really, it's bless all of you guys. Or thank all of you guys for making those donations. So yeah, one more time, the film, and I very rarely give positive film reviews. It's called Don't Look Up on Netflix.
Right?
Highly
5
recommend you
stars.
watch it. Let me know what
I
you
started
think.
with 3, then 4, and then 5 stars. I told you guys to go see it.
Keep fighting.
Him and I totally agree, man. Anyhow, you guys are the greatest audience of all audiences. Of all the audiences, you are the greatest audiences. I want you guys to know that. So, you guys take care, and I will see you on Twitter. That's where I'll be. His campaign manager better take some classes. Oh. We're Orlando. Oh, you're fucking funny, dude. You always got to get the context of what Billy's responding to. Here it is, son. Get to use it. You're the best. Enoch. Like my retweet. Oh. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Beautiful, baby. Are you beautiful? You're beautiful, baby. Jeff one hashtag keep it open. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go outside and do some stuff. You guys take care. I'll see you on the next show, whenever that is. Sign up for notifications so I can figure out what my schedule is going to be, okay? Look for me around the same times, but not as frequently for now. And then, I'll try to come up with a schedule so you'll know exactly when to find me, okay? Just like Cult of Dusty does. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on Twitter at Nays Garden. On TikTok, I am at Nays Garden Show. On Instagram, I am at Nays Garden Show. Follow all of my YouTube channels. Nays Gardens on YouTube. Follow all my Facebook channels. They're all called Ben Shader. And follow the Ben Shader Twitter account to get notifications from Twitter. Hopefully every time I go live. I think that's the channel that does it. I think it might be Ben_Shader. I'm not sure. All right. Bye, y'all.